Hello and welcome back to the Battle Room. I'm, of course, the Battle Room. And today we're here to break down some Pokemon Champions news. Now, I am so excited for Pokemon Champions. And today we've got a ton of news. We got pricing, we got a date, we got more information about the game. So let's break it down. First things first, though, we got to watch this trailer. We're going to analyze it and talk about what we're seeing and what this means for our game. Nice. Go hated Milotic. Was that Skull? Loki.
For everyone.
Also, Loki, Whimsicott and Palafin. I think Palafin could be big in early champions. Palafin was a demon in Scarlet and Violet. I think if we have a rain Pokemon, Palafin is going to win a lot of tournaments. He's going to be very, very good. I'm just saying. So seeing Palafin, that's hype. And Whimsicott.
Pokemon Champions. This game is all about battles.
That's perfect for the battle room.
Against players from across the world with the Pokemon you've recruited. There are two ways to obtain battle-ready Pokemon. The first is by connecting to the Pokemon Home app. Transfer your Pokemon from games in the Pokemon RPG series and the Pokemon Go app.
I do gotta say, in the year 2026, one of the best ways to get Pokemon is Pokemon Go. I've used at several tournaments, Pokemon Go Pokemon. It's just nice. Literally, I got top 4 at a regional with a Pokemon Go shiny Cresselia. It's honestly, Pokemon Go is slept on in terms of getting Pokemon. It's so easy, dude. It's so easy. I'm just saying, consider it an option.
To Pokemon Home, then link the app to this game. The second way is via Recruit. Choose one Pokemon to recruit once per day from a random selection of Pokemon that appear in the game.
So I feel like recruiting may just be troll, right? Like, obviously, if you have to recruit, you got to recruit, right? Like, if you do it every once in a while. But I think for the most part, I feel like you want to just transfer the Pokemon. It just seems way easier, right? It seems like just being able to save those resources to train your Pokemon or get items seems more valuable. Again, Pokemon Go, dude. I'm telling you, Pokemon Go. Sleeper.
Recruited Pokemon can only be used in Pokemon Champions for a certain amount of time.
Sure, we knew this. This isn't new.
After you've gathered your Pokemon, choose 6 of them and form your team.
Wait, hold up.
After you've gathered your Pokemon, choose 6.
Dude, he didn't even train the Drampa all the way. It's literally just max special attack, 4 special defense. It has a bad nature. It's minusing it. Oh my god, this guy's trolling.
6 of them and form
they
your
thought we
team.
wouldn't notice. That's a crazy spread on the
Before
game
battle,
too.
you'll be able to see your opponent's team and vice versa.
I'll say it, dude. I'll say it. I think the team preview looks like garbage. I think it looks kind of bad. I like that the typing's there. I think that's really nice for new players. I think that's a fine addition. But I don't know, dude. It just lacks soul, dude. It's just not good. I felt like Scarlet and Violet was like fine. I just don't know how they made it look not great. I'm just not a fan.
And choose the Pokemon you want to use for the impending match. Consider which Pokemon your opponent will use. Then select your own Pokemon to start the battle. Players alternate turns with moves. Win by reducing the HP of all your opponent's Pokemon to 0. If you're in a bind, you can swap one Pokemon for another.
Switching confirmed.
Or use Mega Evolution to power up your Pokemon. The decisions you make could influence the tide of battle. With Mega Evolution, certain Pokemon will gain abilities.
Okay, so we have their abilities, We have Dragon Eyes, Mega Soul, and Mold Breaker. We'll talk about them later. Mold Breaker is a brutal pull for my boy Embor. He is unfortunately not going to be very good.
Brand new to the series.
Poor Politoed, dude. He got
There are
blasted.
also different battle formats. Use one Pokemon at a time in single battles.
Okay.
Or have Pokemon fight 2-on-2 in double battles.
Ensign! He's here!
There are 3 different online battle modes. In ranked battles, test your skills against evenly matched trainers
Destroyed.
and aim for the highest rank. In casual battles, wins and losses aren't recorded, so you can enjoy matches however you'd like. And in private battles, create a room and battle against anyone with the room ID.
Awesome stuff. I mean, like, we knew this, like, there's no way they wouldn't include this, but, like, having this means we can run, like, tournaments and stuff with it, which is gonna, the early tournaments for this game are going to be fire. They're going to be fire.
There are also in-game online competitions in which you'll battle with preset rules that change every season.
Okay. For fun tournaments. Respect.
Engage in battles to earn victory points or VP. Here's how to use VP.
Okay. This is important.
You can swap the moves a Pokemon can learn, change its nature, modify its abilities, and more.
You know what I'm not seeing? You know what I'm not seeing here? I don't think we're going to have PP ups. I don't think we're going to have that. Yeah, I think we're going to be playing with like 5 PP on extreme speed. That actually really shakes up the way you have to play the game and the way resources are managed. That would be a huge change. I don't know how I feel about it, because I think, like, not that moves should have unlimited PP. I think that, like, 8 is like a totally fine number, but 8 also is kind of like not too much, but you're not really going to run out realistically unless the match is going on for a really long time and you're playing against some stall. So if we do go to 5, you actually do have to be careful. You actually have to think about how you're using those moves in battle. Interesting.
The stat points of a Pokemon can also be adjusted.
Also, looking like these are the bump points, right? So that's kind of neat. It tells you, like, hey, here, let's see it. Oh, they skipped over it. Wait. Did
The
it show
stat
it?
points of a Pokemon can also be adjusted.
96? 98. Yes, it shows the bumps. That's actually so cool. Like, that the bumps are still in the game, but also that they help you find them. So it's really easy to pick where you get that extra point.
For example,
That's
you
nice.
could increase attack and speed to boost offense. Or raise HP and defense to withstand attacks.
Okay, I wouldn't recommend that spread on D-Knight. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wouldn't do that. The Shadow Punch is not that scary.
Pokemon can be easily trained to your liking, so try out different ways to battle. You can only recruit once per day, but by using VP, you can recruit multiple times. Keep in mind that recruited Pokemon are only available for 1 week, but with VP,
So it's 2,500 for the permanent recruitment. That doesn't seem bad at all. Like, looking at the prices of, like, modifying a Pokemon and stuff, this doesn't seem crazy to get a Pokemon that you would not be able to get normally.
any recruited Pokemon will be permanently added.
They show the Scizor and he does 20%. It's like, dude, why did I recruit this guy? He sucks.
In the shop, spend VP to purchase held items or Mega Stones for your Pokemon.
Okay, so held items are 400 and Megastones are 2,000. So basically, the cost of a Megastone is a recruitment, which I think isn't too bad. I think that's fair, especially because presumably once you get it once, you don't need to get it again. So, like, once you have a Megastone, like, you're just kind of chilling. We also got clothing, accessories, hair, pre-battle poses. You know my trainer's going to be looking so fresh. We got throwing styles, victory poses as well. You can flex on your opponent. We take those. That's sick. And then battle songs. Okay.
You can also get clothing. Ooh. And
clothing's really ugly.
Different Pokeball throwing styles. And battle music.
I don't think I like that song. I'm not going to get that one.
A world of fierce battles with your
Pokemon
awaits.
Pelipper.
Pokemon Champions.
April 8th, in little over 2 weeks, we get the game. That is hype information. That is hype. Free to play. Okay, I mean, I don't think we got too much information. I do think that we kind of soft confirmed that I feel like there's no IVs, and I feel like there's no PP ups, which could be big. That's huge. That's huge information. Yeah, that's big. That is huge. But overall, I think the trailer just kind of showed us a lot of what we were expecting, but in a much more condensed, like, hey, this is how the game works format, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Also, I totally missed this during the trailer, but there are replica teams. So that means that presumably you'll be able to somehow use a rental team, or if you have the Pokemon, you can replicate it, and it will probably like build it for you with the VP maybe. I don't know, but we got replica teams. Whatever that means, I think it's a good thing. I think it's basically going to be somewhat similar to rental teams, which I think were incredible for this game. So I'm really happy to see that. All right, so the website has been updated a little bit here. We're seeing some styles. We got obviously the battle pass we knew about. That was information that has been already available. You're able to, buy this battle pass. You can get the Embor, you get the Emborite. It's just the way they're gonna be. they're gonna get some more money out of us. And then obviously there is the starter pack as well, which is just kind of a way to help you out in the early game. And then there's the Champions membership. Paid memberships add a variety of features that will further enhance your battling and training. Players with the active membership can store more Pokemon, have more battle teams, unlock membership exclusive missions, and unlock membership exclusive battle songs. So they're just trying to, again, milk more money out of us. This is going to be a microtransaction heavy game. But a lot of the stuff didn't look like you needed it per se, right? Like some of it's like, obviously if you want more music, sure, you have to pay for it, but you don't necessarily need more music. Next up here, we have the official launch date, which will be Wednesday, April 8th. Hype. Pokemon Champions will be available that day. Let's see. Obviously, you have all the stuff. I do wonder here, like, how are you going to, like, is ZA going to have the home capability day one? Like, it seems like they're kind of implying that it is, but also we don't have it yet. So my hypothesis was that they were waiting to release this game until the ZA home compatibility would be active, because I think a lot of the Pokemon in the Pokedex of the early formats are going to be based around ZA. It's the most recent game. They want you to buy the game. They want you to play the game. It makes sense to me that ZA Pokemon would be kind of the feature, right? Like, they showed us that Mega Floette will be in the game. I think that's the Pokemon. They also showed us, obviously, these starters as well. So I feel like ZA is kind of the game. They're like, hey, guys, you should get this game, right? Okay, among that will appear, we have Mega Meganium, Mega Emboar, Mega Feraligatr. So we've got their abilities here. Mega Meganium will have the newly discovered ability Mega Soul, which lets Pokemon use moves as if the weather were harsh sunlight. Okay, that's cool. That's interesting. That's a weird ability. That's a fun one. That's a fun one. That actually seems like it could make Mega Meganium usable. Mega Emboar has Mold Breaker. I mean, dude, were you hitting Mimikyu? Like, what? The only thing that I can... Okay, yeah, they have the Mimikyu right there. I kind of got swagged on there. But otherwise, it's like, okay, you can hit, like, Flash Fire Pokemon like Heatran with fire moves. But I think I might want to hit Heatran with... I don't know, maybe Close Combat? Mold Breaker just seems like such a bad ability. Mega Feraligator's newly discovered ability, Dragonize, turns normal-type moves into Dragon-type moves and boosts their power by 20%. So the big one, Double Edge right there. That's like the... I feel like that's the big one, or Giga Impact. But yeah, I don't know. These abilities seem okay. Mega Meganium's is pretty interesting. I haven't pulled up right here. The big thing that Mega Meganium can do is Synthesis can heal you for about 67%. That's about it, right? Like, that's the big buff to Synthesis. Solar Beam can be active right away. And I believe it does get access to Weather Ball. Well, not in this game. But if it does get access to Weather Ball, maybe I just totally missed it. But Weather Ball could be interesting, right? Because it is just like a really strong fire type move. Fairy types traditionally hate fire type, or they hate steel type Pokemon. So having that fire type stab in the harsh sunlight would be really, really good. Or fire type move, not stab. So I think that could be kind of interesting, but it is like Synthesis, Solar Beam, and Weather Ball. But those are good moves, and I think they give Meganium a chance. Also, if it were to get access to Growth, it would be able to boost its special attack by +2. So Mega Meganium, interesting, cool ability. I think it does have some viability. My boy Emboar, holy crap, dude. They just completely screwed him over. I don't know what Mold Breaker's going to do for him. I don't think it's going to do anything. I think Emboar is, unfortunately, that Emboar pass they're trying to sell, don't buy it, dude. We don't need Mega Emboar now. He sucks. Mold Breaker's so bad. I mean, his stats are okay, but yeah, unfortunately, I think Mega Emboar is about to be sent to the Shadow Realm. I don't think he is going to be very good. Then we've got Feraligatr. Again, it's kind of like the only thing I see that's going to be useful is going to be Double Edge. Or Giga Impact, if you want to run that. Otherwise, like, you want to use Razor Wind. I'm not seeing many normal type moves that he's really Hyper Beam, maybe. But again, this guy's a physical attacker, right? Yeah, 160. I mean, I do think that the Double Edge could be doing some numbers. He could be hitting really hard, but I just don't think it's worth it because he's Feraligatr, dude. You don't want to use Feraligatr on your team. Let's be real. We also have some Play Pokemon announcements here. The Indianapolis Regional will be the first live official Pokemon Champions event, which is very exciting. It's going to be on May 29th, which means Pokemon Champions will also be for North America, NAIC, and the World Championships. So we finally got our first event. This is kind of what I predicted among my friend group. I kind of thought like Indy would be the first one, if Indy. Otherwise, it was going to be NAIC. But my thought process is they really want to try out this game in an official tournament before NAIC, before that big international championships, and obviously they want to have as many tournaments under their belt as possible before the World Championships. So we have 3 events that will be Pokemon Champions that we know of, and then obviously next year will be Pokemon Champions as well. But unfortunately, like Regulation I will be on April 1st, so that Indianapolis will be the first one, which is exciting. But that does mean that Los Angeles Regionals will be not Pokemon Champions, which sucks. I don't think Europe gets they might get like one event that's Pokemon Champions. I'm not actually sure. But yeah, that is pretty big information. And yeah, obviously they said they'll have it for like some fun events, but like it's not going to be like official tournaments. They'll have side events with it. But yeah, super exciting news for competitive Pokemon players. Then we also have this information, obviously this is kind of old, but it's like you can send Pokemon from home, from ZA, from all those games, Go, Arceus, Scarlet and Violet, right? They're visitors, so if they don't have moves, they need to be changed via training. They don't carry, but if the same Pokemon comes back to Champions, it will still have the training, which is really nice because it seems like they're limiting box space. So leaving some of your Pokemon at home and moving them in and out, it's nice that they retain the stats they're trained with. And then I guess if they come with a different form, the training will go away. So interesting stuff nonetheless. Now here I have a couple tweets. First we have from Z Bandit. We have they were updating all the Pokemon that have been seen in the trailer so far. So a lot of the Kanto Pokemon, obviously. There's a lot of cool Pokemon that are that we've seen. I think that the meta around this game could be really exciting. There's a lot of very high-powered Pokemon, though, right? We got King Gambit, we got Palafin, Ursaluna. We also have a lot of the pseudo-legendaries, Dragapult, Metagross, Dragonite. Who else? I think, have we seen Salamence? We've seen Salamence as well. I don't see Salamence in there, but I know we just... Oh, no, we didn't see Salamence. That was Salamence getting punched by Emboar in the trailer from ZA. Aegislash, he could have returned to form. But yeah, it looks like a lot of the Pokemon are just going to be like the really strong guys, like the pseudos, and then a lot of the ZA Pokemon from what I was seeing. And then we have a pricing thing here. So from Osiris VGC, Pokemon Champions Japan microtransactions were revealed, converts roughly for UK US. It's going to be about, the starter pack is going to be about $6 or 4.5 euros. The membership is going to be $45. So I wonder how the membership's going to work, if it's a one-time thing or if it's a like reoccurring yearly thing. And then the battle pass will be around $9 or 7 euros. It's kind of what you expect. I think, like, I've played a lot of live service games. I play League, Valorant, stuff like that, TFT. And so I feel like $10 for a battle pass, that makes sense. That's usually about what you're paying. This membership thing, I wonder how it's going to work or what it necessarily means. The membership's the weird question mark one, because like a $10 battle pass, sure, that's kind of what you expect. And then the starter pack being $6, not the end of the world. That's kind of, again, also unfortunately what you expect. But the membership, if it is $45 per year, that's kind of brutal. That's a lot of money every year you're spending on this game. Obviously, you don't need it, and it looks like a lot of the training is not going to be too bad, right? Like, I really don't think you need to buy these things. It's just going to make your life a little bit more clunky, right? Like, if you don't buy the membership and you have less box space, realistically, you only need 6 Pokemon and Pokemon Champions at a time. So you could just leave them at home and move them back and forth. I'm sure that's very annoying, and it is going to be a pain in the ass. But I think for like really try-hard competitors who aren't necessarily playing Champions a ton, it's not too bad. You'll just have to play the game a bit to get those training points. Speaking of training points, we have about, from this Twitter user here, we have about what the training for a full Pokemon will be, and it's going to be about 2730 to 4000 VP, which isn't too bad, right? I think it's probably like, you got to play the game. And I'm sure there will be missions that give you VP. I'm sure there will be events that give you VP. So I think, like, overall, I don't think you have to pay anything for the game, right? These prices are scary, but do you need the membership? I don't think so. I don't think you need it at all unless you want different music, but, like, you don't need that. The Battle Pass, again, it probably just helps you. But if you're just transferring your Pokemon from previous games, I really don't think you need it. I do think if you are just a new player playing Pokemon Champions for the first time, not playing any of the other games, I think maybe these type of things will be very useful to you. But I don't know. I don't think they're necessary considering you're able to transfer them freely. Overall, we just got a lot of news, like just about the game, how it's going to function, and I'm not too... I was going into this, I was really scared. I was like, how much is this going to cost me? Like, is going to be a competitor, not only do I have to pay $70 to enter, $80 to enter a tournament, but am I going to have to spend $80 to train a team? And it looks like the answer is no. It looks like you're just going to have to play the game a lot, battle, spam those rank ladders, which in my opinion is totally fine to expect the players to play the game. I do think that it doesn't even look like you need the paid stuff. It just kind of seems nice and convenient and will probably ease up the training, or if you just want to make a ton of teams. But I think if you're going to a tournament and you're building that one team in game, it doesn't seem too bad. It does seem kind of annoying if you're trying to build several teams to test and try out. But even then, if you're spamming those ladder games, playing a lot, I expect it to be somewhat easy to train my Pokemon. So I'm pretty excited. I'm excited for Pokemon Champions. We have a release date, 2 weeks. We know the first official VGC tournament, which will be Indy. I'm going to be there, hopefully, if I can get a spot. I'm so excited to play this game, and I'm much more hopeful today than I was prior to this trailer. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you want to see more Pokemon Champions videos, please follow, please subscribe. I appreciate it a ton, and we'll see you guys next time.